Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. So in today's video we are going to be addressing a crucial question: why don't more white people speak out against racism? Okay, especially when it comes to calling out problematic behavior within their own communities, guys. Yes. So you may have seen black individuals hold each other accountable, sometimes using terms like raccoon for those who betray their values. This kind of honesty can be powerful. So in today's video, we have a clip of a palm color man who dives into this issue and shares his perspective on why many palm color people hesitate to confront racism among themselves. He got some insightful points that I think you will find very interesting. But before we get into it, I want to remind everyone that this is a very sensitive topic. So I'm going to mention that here on this channel, we don't promote or support bullying or violence. Please watch this video with an open mind, and I hope you learn one or two things today. But make sure you leave your own thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
So I thought I'd do a little video about why most white people don't speak out against racism. This video was inspired by someone who I respect, who posted a Facebook status the other day. He said, "How come all the other white people don't go so hard on the bad racist white people? You know, something comparable to how black people will work hard to debate any of the bad black people who are simply frustrated with white racism and oppression. Why don't white people speak out against their own like we do?" So I'm gonna try to answer that to my best ability, mainly because motherfuckers go on the path of least resistance, you feel me? People tend to seek pleasure and avoid pain. That's like law number one. We do things that we're rewarded for, and we avoid things that we're punished for. And in order for white supremacy to survive, people who are for white supremacy are going to be rewarded. People who are against white supremacy are going to be punished. So for anyone who speaks in favor of white people, they get rewarded. For anyone who speaks out against white people, they get punished. And it doesn't matter what the race is of the person doing this talking. You know, it could be a white person speaking for or against white people, black person speaking for or against white people. Either way, the way you get treated depends on what your response is and what you're saying. Basic math. Take, for example, a black person who speaks out against black people. You know, this goes way back to slavery, those who lived in the house versus those who lived the field, whatnot. You know, nowadays it's usually black conservatives, quote unquote, they say, who will point the finger at other black folks and say, okay, you're the problem, you know what I'm saying? We're the problem, we're fucking up. That's why we're in the condition we're in. They shift the blame from white supremacy to a supposed black moral or cultural inferiority. And of course, white folks buy this shit, you know what I'm saying? They lap that shit up because it supports some of their ingrained racist beliefs. He helps them sleep at night. He either justifies their racist beliefs that they already had, or he helps them maintain their illusion that racism is over and that, you know, there are no racially based limits to your success in this world. And therefore, any failings you have on your part are based on your own failings. You know, not a system of oppression. He might get called a sellout or an Uncle Tom by other black people, but that doesn't really matter because they don't hold the power. You know, they're not the ones who can actually hold him accountable. It's usually going to be a white person who's signing his paycheck at the end of the day. It's a white person who decides whether he gets promoted or not, whether he even has a job or not, 9 times out of 10. A lot of these dudes even have careers just speaking out against other black folks, you know what I'm saying? Because white people will pull them out. Whenever, you know, something happens, they want to blame on white people, well, pull out the black conservatives. All right, so that's one side of it. Other side is white people who speak for the interest and for the benefit of black folks. And what happens with us? Most white people in this country either feel they have an interest in maintaining white supremacy or at minimum, you know, in not opposing it. Because when white people do take a stand, we get ostracized for it. And if you haven't seen that happen, it's probably just because white folks who speak out in the interest of black people rarely make it on TV. We don't get called in for the interviews. You know, sure, you got some white folks who will proclaim colorblind beliefs. You know, they say we're not racist. On Martin Luther King Day, they all get around and sing Kumbaya, which is great. I'm not knocking that. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to actually challenging white supremacy in a real way or pointing out systemic injustices in this country, suddenly they're not around. Suddenly they don't want to speak about it. They opt out of the conversation. Most white folks, when they do go hard, they go hard on historical injustices. They go hard on slavery. They go hard on Jim Crow, segregation, but they don't go hard on current systemic injustice. Only time they speak out against what's happening right now is when they're going against extremists. Donald Sterling, they'll throw him under the bus. The KKK, neo-Nazi, skinheads, all that shit, they'll throw them under the bus. But all these people who subconsciously support white supremacy without even realizing it, they're left untouched. They always come to the defense, making excuses for them. And also the media always portrays this whole thing as a black problem as well. Not taking into account the fact that the race problem in this country is actually a white problem. Because white people, for the most part, are holding the strings that actually keep the shit perpetuated. And anyone who identifies too closely with blacks, we get written off, laughed at, looked out as clowns. They come up with words. Back in the day, it was, N-word lover. They call us wiggers, all these different words they have to dismiss and shut down basically white folks who get too close to black folks. And it's funny because on one hand, you'll see the white saviorism mentality. They got these movies coming out where it's all like the white people helping out the poor black people, this paternalistic idea we have. But that's a fictionalized version. The actual white folks who really put themselves on the line and died for this shit, you never hear them mentioned. They don't talk about them in Black History Month. They don't talk about it when they're talking about the civil rights movement. They don't talk about John Brown. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I can't even name most of the white activists from the past. And me being who I am, I should know. Most of us don't even know because it's hard. You gotta dig deep to find that shit. And I'll tell you why. It's because they don't want us to see that. They don't want us to identify with that. They don't want us to see that as an option for us. If we look at it like black folks stand up for black folks, white folks, all we have to do is just quote unquote not be racist, and just go about living our lives in comfort. Well, this is what happened. Black folks get the impression that we don't care. They get the impression that white folks just don't give a fuck because of what they go through every day and what we continuously fail to acknowledge. Or even if we do acknowledge, we fail to do anything about it or speak out actively against it. And then white folks, because we don't see other white folks standing up for it, we get the impression that it's not our battle. We're not told the story that it's our battle. And the cycle just keeps continuing on and on. Hell, I've even got people close to me, people who I know are not racist in their heart, who preach humanitarian values, all this shit. They've told me this is not my battle. Why are you fighting this? People I know and love. And when otherwise well-meaning white folks tell me that this isn't my fight, I ask you a question. Why the fuck isn't it yours? How about that? Think about that.
Hi everyone once again, and thanks for sticking around until watching the video up to this time. So we just had a really thought-provoking discussion about ara to cyst and the dynamics with different communities, right? So as we explore, the Palm Color Man addressed an important question. Why don't more palm color people speak out against racism, especially when it comes to confronting it within their own communities? He highlighted a striking contrast on how black individuals often call out racism amongst their own, while many people seem to stay silent, right? So he also mentioned that no, he didn't mention it. I just think that Mrs. C, or if you know, I'm not going to be mentioning names here. I don't have a lawyer, okay? So, who is well known for her controversial views. It's fascinating and troubling to see how some of people of my color align with certain narratives, even when those narratives are damaging. It raises the question, what are the incentives for palm color people to stay silent about racism? He suggested that Support for palm color individuals, regardless of their actions, often comes with rewards. It's troubling. It's a troubling truth that I think many of us see. Like me, I see this all the time on TikTok, especially on platforms like TikTok. You'll find that people who look like me disparaging, downgrading their own community to gain followers, get support, GoFundMe. Yeah, like it's there. I'm not even joking, okay? Just that I cannot be mentioning names here. I've told you I don't have a lawyer, okay? And I don't have a lawyer, okay? But it's true. And the reality is that when a person who looks like me stands up against wrongdoing by a palm color person, they might find themselves unsupported. This is the truth, or even get attacked, while palm color people rally behind those who do harm. Okay, so this imbalance is eye-opening, and it's eye-opening, it's educative. I mean, this guy came with receipts. He left no stones unturned, and it's something we need to talk about more. Yeah, I hope some of you out there, you know yourselves, I hope you're not offended by your brothers. I want to hear your thoughts on this video. Do you see this happening in your circles, in your communities, on your platforms? But speaking for myself, I see this all the time. I see this happening on TikTok. I see people, like, it's so disturbing, Such videos, I don't even watch them, like more than 5 seconds. I'll just click off. Like if they are suggested on my FYP, I'll just click them off, press not interested, and just leave. Okay? Why do you think it's so hard for someone to call out racism when they see it? You guys, let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And just a heads up, if you find that your comments aren't showing up, it's because of what I mentioned. Okay, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that this is a very sensitive topic, but yet very educational. Yeah, so in case you find that your comments aren't showing up, like they're disappearing, it's not me. Please understand that. Okay, YouTube censors some sensitive words by simply not making them appear. You might see that you type and even comment, but it might not be posted. I hope you get what I mean. It might be because YouTube is filtering them. Yeah, I hope you get that. Yeah, I mentioned it. It's a sensitive topic, and they tend to keep a close eye on these discussions. If you found value in this discussion, please like and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe, you guys. I see you watching, but you're not subscribing. Come on, give your girl some support. Okay, it's gonna encourage me to make more videos like this for you guys. And like I said, if you found value in this discussion, please share this video, and don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Okay, if you haven't already. I see you watching, I see numbers, you watch, but you don't subscribe, you guys. Give your girl some support. That helps these important conversations going. Okay, thank you again for watching. I can't wait to see what you have to say, and I will catch you in the next video. Stay peaceful.